Hi, so welcome to this market watch edition, and we are going to discuss stocks जो हम फोकस में रखेंगे for 27th of August. So let's do a quick analysis. So M&M Finance, चोलाफिन, ये दोनों ही हमारे मल्टीपल 2-3 सेशन से हम इसको ट्रैक कर रहे हैं. They both closed at days high. ब्रिटानिया भी हमने कल डिस्कस किया था. इट्स अ वेरी गुड स्ट्रक्चर एंड दिस इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट हैपेंड. दिस आल्सो वेंट टुवर्ड्स ऑल टाइम हाई. Going forward, try to keep a track, and this is going to go for the levels of 4,000. Also Tata Consumer हमने कल डिस्कस किया था. This also was able to close above 850, and this is also made a new all-time high. And going forward, this is also looking good. Marico was also able to close above the levels of 520. ट्रेंड ये हम पहले से ही इसमें पोजीशंस बना के रखे थे, एंड आवर टारगेट वाज ऑल टाइम हाई. इट वेंट जस्ट 4 or 5 रुपीज़ ही ऑल टाइम हाई से कम थी, एंड देन वी वेर दिस वाज आल्सो अ गुड ट्रेड. Going forward, I think Godrej Properties is looking really good, and this is looking for a very good reversal. And also we will be keeping Marico. हमने कल वीडियो में डिस्कस किया था कि today would be the day for FMCG, and this is exactly what happened. You can see Britannia, Tata Consumer, Marico, so कुछ Dabur also. So in the top quadrant आप देख सकते हो, there are a lot of companies. HDFCLIFE भी हमने 3 दिन from 24 onwards हमने इस पे ट्रेड करना स्टार्ट किया था, and the reason was pretty simple. It was in a long consolidation, and ये जो breakout है, this was able to take it towards the levels of 700. Today we booked out at 700 levels, and then throughout the day there was not much of an action happening. So going forward, we can see there's also strength in Reliance. हमने Reliance भी कल हमने discuss किया था on the 24th that this is definitely going for 2200 levels, and this was already done yesterday. And then we also created more positions since it was able to close above 22 levels, and today it went towards the levels of 2240 जहाँ पे हम अपना positions close किए. And then going forward, कल भी हम अपना positions बनाएंगे, and we will be waiting for some intraday dips to make positions. And this is exactly the reason why हमने जिसलिए हमने कभी भी निफ्टी में शॉर्ट्स करने के लिए मना किए थे. And the reason was pretty evident from this particular day's closing. और इस दिन से हमने निफ्टी में कभी भी शॉर्ट नहीं किया. whatever we did was buy in dips, and that was paid. We were rewarded for it. SRF हमने कल डिस्कस किया था कि the structure is trying to maintain the levels of 9,000, and this is exactly what happened. So it's still dancing, and there is not much from a trend perspective. Tata Consumer is looking weak. So is Britannia and Cholafin or M&M Finance. It doesn't mean that it will fall, and it just means the end of the day जो data आई है उसमें जो भी longs initiated थे, it seems like people were closing their positions. And this is also true for Alchem. Alchem हम बहुत दिन से ट्रैक कर रहे हैं, and the reason is it has been making higher lows since multiple. And आज मैंने इसको 3 बजे भी ट्वीट किया था, and it ended near days high. Going forward, I think Alchem may be shooting towards the levels of 4,000. Dabur is also, हमने Dabur का रिवर्सल यहाँ से ट्रैक किया था when it was at below 600 levels, and today it was able to go towards 609 levels. M&M 800 is a resistance. Havels, this is a very good structure. Going forward मैं देखूंगा कि Havels को ट्रैक करूंगा. Yesterday we created some intraday shorts which we closed, and today it had a dip. We didn't short it क्योंकि we knew the expiry would be above 1200, and that's what it did, and it closed near day's high. And let's see if it is able to move forward from here. So definitely I would suggest that going forward, try to keep this Havels in your radar, and maybe this will definitely turn out to be a good trade and a good risk reward from here. Siemens is a wonderful structure, और ये मैं बहुत दिन से डिस्कस किया हूँ, एंड आई थिंक टाइम आ गई है सीमेंस में कि सीमेंस एक अच्छी मूव दे. एट द एंड ऑफ द डे ऐसे कोई डेटा बनी नहीं है जिससे फॉरवर्ड मोमेंटम के बारे में कुछ पता चले, बट डेफिनेटली सीमेंस इज लुकिंग गुड. हमने नाम इंडिया में भी पोजीशंस बनाए थे on this particular day, and from the levels of 400 today it went towards the levels of 417. So it was a 4% move, which you can see in a matter of just 3 sessions. Oro Pharma is looking weak, and let's see what comes out of Oro Pharma. Similarly, Can Bank also is trying to Can Bank is between 150 and 160, so this is also, it seems like going forward इसमें अगर 150 levels breach नहीं करती है on a closing basis, then there is a chance of it going towards the levels of 160. MotherSumi is also, this is a very weak structure, और अगर इसमें अगर 200 के नीचे closing आती है, there will be more drastic fall, so keep MotherSumi for negative sentiment. And let's see, because this structure is more inclined towards on the short trade rather than on the long trade. Axis Bank dancing around at 740. LTI made an all-time high today. हमारा target 5200 था, that was made, and so basically since it was here, so initially our target was 5000, which was met, and then when this closing came, we were targeting 5200, which came today, and it also was able to make all-time high. Godrej consumer product, it seems like there's a lot of positions is getting, and is also was able to close at all-time at least a 52-week high. So Godrej consumer product would also be one of the trades for the coming days, and we would be trying to see if it is able to take the momentum forward towards the levels of 1100. MFSL LIC हाउसिंग फाइनेंस हमने इस पे, और MM फाइनेंस और LNT हाउसिंग फाइनेंस, ये सब हमने फाइनेंस हाउसिंग, हमने इन सब कंपनीज को एक साथ ट्रैक करना स्टार्ट किया था. सो टुडे आल्सो गोइंग फॉरवर्ड इट सीम्स लाइक अगर ये 380 लेवल्स को ब्रीच नहीं करती है, सो मे बी दिस इज also a trade which we can track. So 380 is some important level. इसके नीचे अगर क्लोजिंग नहीं आती है, so it will then try to go towards levels of 400. DLF is also trying to get some momentum from 310 levels. Let's see if it is able to close above 320. From the day's perspective, we can say that there is not much. Agar 300, so basically it's very simple. So the DLF structure is very similar to GODREJCP structure which we had 2 days ago. आपको देखना है कि 320 पहले ब्रीच होती है या 300. अगर 300 होगी तो द सेंटिमेंट वुड बी नेगेटिव, अगर 320 होती है तो सेंटिमेंट वुड बी पॉजिटिव. इससे और सिंपल क्या होगा. Nestle India, we would definitely be tracking Nestle India, and Nestle India is poised for a very good move in the very coming days. BEL, we from 170 onwards, it went towards 180 yesterday, and today it just formed a doji, so we have to see, at least it was able to close above the levels of 180. We have to see if it is able to carry forward this momentum, but at least we were able to make a 10 rupees move in just a matter of 3 sessions. Muthoot Finance आज 1500 लेवल पे जाके प्रॉफिट बुकिंग आई, and it closed below 1500, so let's see if it would be able to go forward. Hindustan Unilever together with Britannia was discussed yesterday as 2 important trades that you should be tracking, and that's exactly what happened. It also made an all-time high, and it's actually looking really good. So let's see how it moves from here. As long as 2600, actually ये जो structure है, this would remind you of the structure in IRCTC, or IRCTC अगर आई तो we will just do a comparison. So going forward, अगर ये 2600 को maintain करती है, there is more momentum left. Sorry. Tata Chem also is trying to get some support from this lower levels of 810, 820, and GODREJCP, third consecutive day where it was unable to cross the levels of 800. इनमें एक्चुअली कोई सच ट्रेडिंग पैटर्न बनी नहीं है. मैकडॉवेल हमने इस दिन से ही हमने डिस्कशन किया था how 700 would be a tough, and this is exactly it. Expired below 700 today. It dipped towards the levels of 675. Let's see if it is able to move forward and at least try to close above 700. So that would be an interesting trade. ICICI GM में मेरी positions अभी भी बनी है, and this I have been carrying since a few sessions now, and I'm pretty sure that going forward I want to see levels of 1550, and that would be a 100 rupees move from the current levels, which is like a good 6-7% for me, and I would be really happy for it. Scots is also trying to consolidate at 1350 levels. आज एक्सपायरी के लिए शायद कोई मूव आई नहीं है. Let's see how it is going to behave next. If it closes below 1300 levels, then again the weakness will creep in Escorts. But at least for the last 3 days हमने इस पे बहुत trades लिए हैं. Actually today my main 2 traders were in Escorts and Cholafin together with Trend. Kotak Bank 1700. This has been acting like a very good level of support, but maybe going forward we have to see how positions get created and which way the move comes in. From the looks of it, definitely अगर स्ट्रेंथ होती तो ये ऊपर की तरफ चलती. बजाज फाइनेंस हमारा कल का टारगेट मीट हो गया था, सो वी आर नॉट कैरिंग एनी बजाज फाइनेंस. ये मैं कल रात को भी डिस्कस किया था. एंड गोइंग फॉरवर्ड वी वुड ओनली बी इंटरेस्टेड इन बजाज फाइनेंस इफ द लेवल्स ऑफ 7050 आर breached on a closing basis. So let's see. From the looks of it, it seems like the positions are getting weaker. So you should be cautious. Also Colpal was able to Colpal में हम 1700 levels के above closing देखेंगे. 1700 के ऊपर अगर क्लोजिंग आई तभी हम इस पे अपना पोजीशंस बनाएंगे. UBL is also looking is trying to consolidate between 1400 and 1500 levels. After this move you can see, so going forward अगर ये 1400 के नीचे क्लोजिंग देती है, that would be really bad news for the bulls. And from the looks of it, I think this is definitely not looking good for the bulls till now, because though it was able to maintain a higher low, but still there is no such forward momentum. And so going forward, जब तक 1480 UBL में अगर breach नहीं होती है, I really would doubt any move coming soon. But at least the good thing is consolidating since last 5 sessions, and going forward we are going to see the move. अगर 1500 के ऊपर क्लोजिंग ब्रीच होती है, then we would be on the long side. अगर 1400 के नीचे अगर ब्रीच होके क्लोजिंग होती है, we would be on the short side. So very simple trade. That's not much we have to think about, because no matter what, जो जिस direction में trade आएगा उस direction में that trade would be meaningful, and there would be definitely a follow-up for that. बजाज ऑटो 3700 पे डांस कर रही है. ये जब तक 3900 के ऊपर क्लोजिंग नहीं देती है, फॉरगेट दिस कंपनी. टाटा मोटर्स जब तक 300 के ऊपर क्लोजिंग नहीं देती है, देयर इज नॉट मच वी कैन डू. HDFC 2700 पे डांस कर रही है. लेट्स सी इफ HDFC is also able to move from end of the day data में ऐसा कुछ positions अभी बनी नहीं है. आशा मोटो भी it looks like a very weak structure. अभी तक positions ऐसे कुछ बनी नहीं है, लेकिन अगर ये very soon in 1 or 2 sessions अगर 2600 के ऊपर closing नहीं देती है, this structure will go for a breakdown. And definitely अगर ये 2520 levels को breach करती है, today's closing is 2580 levels. So अगर 2520 levels को अगर breach करके trade करती है, so there can be a correction towards 2400. Bajaj Finserv, at the end of the day it seems like some positions are getting liquidated, but this is also true for Bandhan Bank, but you have to understand these are maybe because of the rollover, so we have to take this data with a pinch of salt. ये 3100 के ऊपर जब गया था, हमने बोला था this is going slated for 3000 levels. इसमें एक affinity है, and throughout so many sessions अगर ये 3000 के ऊपर ही dance कर रही थी, and you can see yesterday it went towards 3012, I remember, yeah exactly, and today it went towards 30328 levels. गोइंग फॉरवर्ड देखते हैं अगर ये 3000 में आकर अगर इसको फिर से सपोर्ट मिलती है. सो एशियन पेंट्स एट 3000 इज लाइक होम बेस, एंड that's how it seems. Let's see how it moves, right? Vedanta very weak structure. अगर कोई भी अगर ये levels of 280 अगर ब्रीच होके अगर ट्रेड करने लगती है, there will be more weakness coming in Vedanta. This in itself is a very weak structure. For this structure to be positive, it should be giving a closing above 3000 very soon, else I wouldn't be touching. In general, I actually don't like Vedanta because of I don't really like the promoter. So if I don't like the promoter, I really don't want and I don't create any positions. अगर आपको स्टील सेक्टर में देखनी है, so there are much better options. Definitely you have Tata Steel and you have Hindalco, you have SAIL, so you have a lot of options over there. जुबलेंट फूड, this also is a weak structure. Very soon अगर ये levels अगर breach करती है, this 3650 levels, so this will trigger more downfall, and we should be tracking this. TCS 3600 levels पे अच्छी सी is going to consolidate over here. PEL is also, it closed below 2600. Let's see if it is able to close above the levels of 2700, और अगर PEL में कोई अगर move आती है, then definitely we would be tracking it for sure. So for now 2640 levels above अगर ये move करती है, so that would be good. Metropolis is, as we discussed earlier, Metropolis is stuck between 2800 and 2600 in a box, and let's see if it is able to give a closing above 2800. हमने इन दिन से हमने बहुत सारे discussions किए हैं where we said that as soon as 2800 levels के ऊपर closing आएगी, there will be new momentum. Till that time, don't expect much from this particular stock, at least on the long side. भारत फोर्ज हमने कल 2 दिन हमने अच्छा ट्रेड किया, एंड टुडे इट सीम्स लाइक दिस इज अ बियरिश पैटर्न, एंड गोइंग फॉरवर्ड भारत फोर्ज में करेक्ट टुवर्ड्स द लेवल्स ऑफ 700. End of the day, for immediate some action, you have to have a closing above the levels of 750. Deepak Nitrite is also in a box. Torrent Power हमने कल डिस्कस किया था, actually it's last 3 sessions, and it went towards 477. इसका 480 में एक बहुत strong resistance है, and this is the reason why from opening it did dip, and but the good thing is at least it was able to maintain the levels of 460. But the positions are getting liquidated, and the momentum is getting weaker. Sorry. HDFC Bank is also dancing, so let's see how it moves. Petronet, ये बहुत अच्छी एक strategy थी हमारी, जो हमने डिस्कस किया था multiple times and even yesterday. कल की वीडियो आपको मेरी अपर राइट हैंड कॉर्नर में मिल जाएगी, where you can see that always try to sell off at 230 and try to cover up your squares around about at 225. ये बहुत दिनों से ये चल रही है. Petronet अगर and this structure is very similar to Tata Consumer structure, and so maybe a closing above 230 is definitely would be a very good news for the bulls, and this is something which we should be doing. So if you look for Tata Consumer 850, see ये स्ट्रक्चर था, वो 850 से ये बहुत अच्छे ट्रेड्स देते हैं, and after 5 sessions today it was able to move. Similarly अगर आप Petronet का देखते हो, so this is also very similar structure, जहाँ पे वो 4-5 sessions से at least it was trying. The only bad thing you can say is somehow ये जो volatility है ये increase नहीं होनी चाहिए थी, rather it should have been between 425, but again these are very small deviations, 1-2 रुपए. No matter what, definitely Petronet B is slated for a move. REC, it came at 140, there was a buying, and now these two structures are very weak. Very soon अगर 140 के नीचे closing आती है, there will be more correction in REC. Balakrishna Industries 2400 2200 में बॉक्स है, 2200 में अच्छी सपोर्ट है. लाल पाथ लैब ऑल्सो 3800 levels और 4000 में बॉक्स है. Today at least ONGC was able to close above 115, going forward 118 में इसकी strong resistance है, and we have been tracking ONGC since last few sessions जो हमने discuss किए थे. Even SBILIFE, it seems like it is trying to get hold of 1150 levels. हमने SBILIFE का trade इसी दिन कल ही close कर दिया था, and today we were not carrying the trades, and today there was some news about life insurance sector. So definitely we knew why these move came, क्योंकि ये move में बहुत अच्छी positions बनी थी. Going forward we would be also seeing if it is able, SBILIFE is able to make some new move from here, but at least levels of 1150 के नीचे closing आना is bad news for the bulls. Bata India, so Bata is right now trying to get some support from 1700 levels, and जब तक 1700 के नीचे closing नहीं आती है, there is not much to worry about, but it seems like whenever Bata India is trying to move up, it always faces resistance. and Bata was behaving the same way between 1650 and 1700 in the last 10-15 sessions यहाँ पे since 4th of August. And here you can see इसमें जब भी ऊपर जाने की कोशिश करती थी there were upper wicks, and then it used to go down, and then again it tried to go up. Over here then sell-off came, but it was always able to maintain the levels of 1650. The same structure is also happening over here, so I think going forward, if you get a closing like this with a good body, theoretically this would be the start of the uptrend. So for that we have to see if Bata India is able to close above the levels of 1740 or 1750. So from a trend perspective, at the end of the day ऐसा कुछ डेटा बनी नहीं है जिससे हम कुछ बोल सकें कि फ्यूचर में क्या होने वाला है. Just try to creep if it's able to close at say above 1700 levels, and that would be something for us to track. MGL it seems is getting weaker. Tata Power 125 में expire की, and IOC also was able to hold the levels of 105. अदानी एंटरप्राइज हमने कल ब्रेकआउट में अच्छा ट्रेड लिया था. टुडे इट वेंट टुवर्ड्स 90 लेवल्स, 94. हमने 90 में अपना पोजीशंस क्लोज किया था, और देन आई आल्सो ट्वीटेड, मैं उसके बारे में ट्वीट भी किया था कि अभी 1490 हो गई है बिकॉज देयर वाज अ रेजिस्टेंस एट 1500 लेवल्स. सो गोइंग फॉरवर्ड अगर ये फिर 1440 इसके नीचे का ट्रेड करना स्टार्ट करती है, एंड अगर फिर 1440 के नीचे अगर क्लोजिंग देती है, देयर कैन बी मोर वीकनेस. IDFC फर्स्ट बैंक, दिस ऑल्सो इज टर्निंग आउट टू बी अ वीक स्ट्रक्चर. अगर 45 पे ऊपर क्लोजिंग नहीं आती है, देयर कैन बी मोर वीकनेस विच कैन क्रीप इन. सो लेट्स सी हाउ दिस मूव्स, बिकॉज राइट नाउ इज कंसोलिडेटिंग एंड इट सीम्स लाइक there are some positions which are getting added. No matter what, ये जो कैंडल है 41 की, अगर 41 के नीचे अगर ट्रेड करना स्टार्ट की, then be sure that this is going for 40 and below. नौकरी 2 दिन से बहुत अच्छा कंसोलिडेट कर रही है, एंड दिस इज एक्चुअली अ वेरी गुड न्यूज़. यू शुड डेफिनेटली कीप नौकरी इन योर रेडार, एंड this is a very good structure for consolidation. And AU Bank is also sort of consolidating. Let's see how it moves. There is not much we can say from today's data. RT 900 हमारा टारगेट था, and today it dipped towards the levels of 903. So this target was after this particular day when the fall came. So we knew that then RT was slated for 900 and it came over here, and then there was some buying support, but last 2 sessions में हम यही देख रहे हैं कि ये weakness है. And ये मैं कल भी बोला था कि all this chemical sector companies, RT, Deepak Nitrite, Navin Fluorine as well as SRF, in some positions liquidate हो रही हैं, and there is not much we can expect fireworks in the short term. But you never know, market is going to surprise you. But no matter what, कल का जो valuation था that actually worked for today, and that's what our aim as a trader is, कि हम अपना जो मनी है उसको हम effectively trades में यूज़ करें rather than getting stuck in the wrong trades. Similarly नवीन फ्लोरिन भी आप देख सकते हो, it closed at days low at below 3600. ये हमने कल डिस्कस किया था कि this is not looking favorable for a big move. MIDNTREE, very good consolidation. You should definitely keep MIDNTREE in your radar, and a structure like this is definitely bound to give you a very good move in the very short term. And the move may come anywhere, in any direction, but at least the good thing is the move is going to come, and this is something which is, and for someone just keep a track for 3350 levels. अगर MIDNTREE 3350 के अगर नीचे ट्रेड करना स्टार्ट किया, और even if it is not able to get a support from 3350 levels, so then actually going forward there could be bad news for the bulls. Gujarat Gas, हमने बोला था कल के बाद कि this looks like a weak structure and this is slated for 700. Today it went towards 704. Going forward we have to see if it is able to hold the levels of 700. 700 के नीचे closing आएगा, so that would be a breakdown. Mandapuram also not much. Coal India not much. So actually today you can see that most of the market it was not okay. it was able to come to 205. हमने just this is exactly the structure which you should imprint, and which you should always remember that whenever a good move like this comes in, और इसके बाद अगर bodies में बहुत सारी volatility होती है, this is actually very bad news for this particular candle. And then even if you are long, and if you still want to hold your positions, then it would be something which you are going to do it for your own, and you are going to pay for it, because the market knows that अगर ऐसे एक बड़ी move के बाद अगर volatility होती है next candles में, that is actually a very bad news. But you can see MIDNTREE में जो move आई, इतनी बड़ी एक candle हुई, after that you can see there is absolutely no volatility and there is a contraction happening. This is exactly the type of trade which actually showcases that there is a still strength in the momentum, and the people who have had created their positions, they are confident and they want to carry it forward and ride the trend. Now of course अगर इसमें अगर breakdown आती है, then obviously people will start booking out and the stock price will fall, but that's another different issue. लेकिन यहाँ पे ITC में it was very evident, and this was exactly also true for power grid. When after power grid ये जो candle बनी थी, then at the night when we discussed we were happy, but when this was formed, you can find that video, and we will also find in my tweets when I said that this is never going to make all-time high over in the next few sessions. And from there you can see from 180 it corrected towards 171. हमारा 170 हम बोला था कि 170 तक जाएगी ये, and this 170 तक जाएगी, this was told on 16th of August. And you can see that eventually it was just it went towards 172, which is just 2 rupees more than what we had anticipated. Sun TV, more weakness is coming in. Maruti, more weakness. Maruti is one of the trades. हमने यहाँ से हमने अपना shorts carry करना start किया था from 16th. Before that we did an analysis after the result, and from there you can see today it closed at 6600 levels. Going forward, आप मेरा वो video technical analysis playlist में देख सकते हो about Maruti. Just search Maruti in my channel and you will get it, and then you will know for which levels Maruti is going to go, where you can at least do a small sip and make some positions. It seems that TVS Motor is also getting weaker. APL Limited, very good short trade. हमने बोला था ये जो structure है ये weak है, and today it's a confirmation. Going forward there can be more weakness in APL Limited. Bosch is also looking weaker, and so is JSW Steel and Indus Tower. Very good structure. Yes, जो consolidate होके आज जो closing दी है, going forward it might be a good short trade, and going forward there can be more weakness in Indus Tower. Bharti Airtel also is weak, but at least at the end of the day the data formed is not suggesting that it's still in momentum, so that might be good news for some of the retailers who are hugely, I know many of them who have huge positions in Bharti, and I never understand why. They are somehow very much optimistic in Bharti and Idea, but I don't know why. That's their personal. PNB हमने कल डिस्कस किया था. दिस इज गोइंग फॉर ब्रेकडाउन, और आज ये थोड़ी थोड़ी करके स्टार्ट हुई है. क्लोजिंग बिलो 35 विल डेफिनेटली हिस्ट इन द प्रोसेस, एंड दिस विल करेक्ट टुवर्ड्स द लेवल्स ऑफ 30 eventually, not in one session, hopefully not. Emphasis very weak structure, और emphasis हमने इस 3000 में हमने बुक कर लिया था, and the reason for this was our short term target, and I booked out at 10:30, before 10:30 in the morning on this particular day, and you can find that in my tweet. And from 3000 it's now down towards 2700 levels, and going forward ये और भी correct होने वाली है, and emphasis is a very good short trade which is going to take it below 2650 and 2600 levels. So just this is going to have more weakness, so be cautious if you are wanting to do a long. Indian Housing Finance also weakness is creeping in, and going forward there can be more correction towards the levels of 200. Bharti National Alum हमने बोला था हमारे 80 target है, and this came to a 71 over here. From 71 to 80 we closed our trades, and we said okay, we will not be interested, and this is exactly what's happening. SAIL is also over here. SAIL is also unable to close at 120 yesterday, and from there we said 100, and I also tweeted about SAIL when it broke the levels of 118, and from there you can see it went towards 114 level. Going forward, these may be a good reversal candidate, but until and unless 120 के ऊपर closing आती है, I wouldn't be betting my money on it. हमने कल डिस्कस किया था idea is weak, and today you can confirm that weakness. Similarly, we discussed of NMDC, and NMDC until and unless a closing above 160 happens, so there is not much you can expect. So both SAIL and NMDC is a closing based trade. Going forward, there can be more weakness, or it can just consolidate over here. Until and unless the closing at those respective levels happen, there is not much we can expect. भेल हमने 50 से हमने अपना ट्रेड बनाया था, and then it went towards 53.5, and I tweeted when it was trading at 53.2 on this day, and going forward today it was it dipped towards 52. End of the day डेटा ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, लेकिन अगर 50 के बिलो क्लोजिंग आती है, that would be a huge awesome trading opportunity on the short side, and definitely I will be doing that. So NTPC is also looking weak. Let's see. NTPC की weakness के कारण है, it was unable to close. See, 150 was acting like a good support, and then it closed here, and when it was trying to go towards the levels of 117, it faced resistance, and it closed at 113. From 113 you can see today it was down to 112. So going forward, a small weakness आएगी, and NTPC is going for 100 levels. So NTPC is also one of the trades for which you can track for 110 and see if some reversal comes in. Now I'm going to do a very quick analysis for Ashok Leyland, and the reason for Ashok Leyland analysis is at the end of the day there's not much data, but you can see from 119 it went towards 117, and maybe it will just trying to consolidate until and unless Ashok Leyland is able to move and give a closing above 120. So there's not much you can do. So it's very simple, you know. अशोक लेलैंड एंड सेल दोनों में ही 120 के ऊपर क्लोजिंग चाहिए. जिस दिन आएगी उस दिन हम लॉन्ग करेंगे, और जिस दिन नहीं आएगी we would just be tracking if we are able to find a big red candle. Just let me give you an example. Let's find if you can find the structure or somewhere. This one, say this Hind Petro, right? ये जो structure थी हमने wait कर रहे थे for confirmation, and this was the confirmation we got. Where you know when we were over here we were waiting for a closing above 260, right? फिर आ नहीं रही थी, and then we got this structure. ऐसा structure जब closing basis में होती है, and the next day we created shorts, and from there you can see we got a very good trade in the positional side, right? So हम भी अशोक लेलैंड और जो भी हम discuss किए, just like SAIL or NMDC, say for example NMDC already gave us, but SAIL and Ashok Leyland, ये दोनों structures में हम उसी trade के लिए, and even India Bull Housing Finance, so ऐसे एक structure आएगा, then we would start creating positional shorts and you know carry it forward and try to make some money from the market, right? So thanks a lot folks. Hope this video is going to give you some trading ideas for tomorrow. Definitely Reliance, Marico, Godrej Properties are a few of the strong counters जिसमें आपकी नज़र होनी चाहिए. I would suggest to stay away from chemical sector and all the chemical names, and definitely you should have a very close look at some of the companies I mentioned, like SIEMENS, HAVELLS, and Godrej Consumer Properties, Nestle India, and also you can track MCDOWELL and UBL, both of them. लेकिन मैंने जो लेवल्स पे डिस्कस किए हैं उन्हीं लेवल्स पे आप उसको ट्रैक करो. एशियन पेंट्स का आप देखो 3000 आती है कि नहीं, और जुबिलेंट फूड अगर 3650 लेवल्स के नीचे जाती है तो देयर विल बी अ ब्रेक डाउन, एंड पेट्रोनेट आप 230 क्लोजिंग बेसिस में देखो फॉर अ ब्रेकआउट ट्रेड. दिस माइट बी सिमिलर टू व्हाट वी सॉ टुडे इन टाटा कंज्यूमर, एंड ऑफ कोर्स यू हैव SBI Life and HDFC Life, ये दोनों हैं which HDFC Life above 700 closing, and SBI Life 1150 ke above closing. That would be, if it is able to maintain that level, that would be an awesome trade. Other than that, of course, definitely IT sector में अगर आपको रहना है तो NAUKRI and MIDNTREE, these are the two awesome trades which you should be taking part in. MIDNTREE 3350 के नीचे अगर नहीं आएगी, so there won't be any problem, and you know as long as ये 3350 तक आती नहीं है, This is absolutely a good trade. On the short side, you can look for Mphasis, NMDC, SAIL, NTPC, Ashok Leyland. So a lot of options. LIC Housing Finance, maybe 380 levels are important, and definitely MOTHERSUMI. Thanks a lot for listening, guys. I hope this video is going to give you a very good idea of what are the trading strategies and what are the stocks I would be tracking for tomorrow. Enjoy your evening, and as always, please consult your financial advisor for any trading and investment related queries. Bye bye.